The ocean's been restless all day. We're 3 hours off the coast of Oregon on a 36-foot sailboat named the Lucky Break. Just me, my wife Sarah, and our friend Marcus. We thought a quick overnight trip would be romantic. Now I'm not so sure. The wind died around 4 in the afternoon, leaving us bobbing in flat water under a grey sky. No other boats in sight. The radio's been nothing but static for the last hour. Sarah's below deck making coffee while Marcus and I stare at the horizon. That's when we first see it. A dark shape, maybe 50 yards out. Too big for a dolphin, wrong shape for a whale. It surfaces slow like it's watching us, then slips back under without a splash. Marcus laughs it off, says it's probably a sunfish, but his voice sounds tight. By sunset, the water's gone mirror still. That's not normal out here. The only sound is the gentle slap of water against the hull. Then we hear something else, scraping, like something big dragging along the bottom of the boat. 3 distinct scratches from stern to bow, then silence. Sarah comes up with the coffee, face pale. The depth sounder's acting weird. It keeps dropping to 200 feet, then jumping back to 40, like something's moving underneath us. I check the instruments. She's right. The readings don't make sense. Nothing should be able to change the water depth that fast. Night falls hard. No moon, no stars, just black water and black sky. We're sitting in the cockpit with one weak deck light when Marcus suddenly stands up. Did you feel that? We all freeze. The boat's tilting. Not rocking, tilting. Like something's pushing up on the port side. The angle gets steeper, maybe 15 degrees, then it slowly settles again. Sarah grabs my arm so hard her nails bite into my skin. The water around us starts to glow. Not pretty bioluminescence. This is sickly green coming from deep down, and it's moving in patterns. The water around us starts to glow. Not pretty bioluminescence. This is sickly green coming from deep down, and it's moving in patterns, like it's circling the boat. The glow's maybe 30 feet across and getting bigger, rising slowly. Marcus grabs the spotlight and shines it straight down. For half a second we see it. Something massive, pale, with too many joints and limbs that don't look right. It doesn't look like any creature I've seen in textbooks or documentaries. Then it's gone, and the water goes black again. Sarah's voice is barely a whisper. We need to start the engine. Now! I'm already moving. The diesel catches on the 3rd try, thank God. I push the throttle forward and nothing happens. The boat doesn't move. It's like we're anchored to the ocean floor even though we're in 400 feet of water. The engine's screaming, but we're not going anywhere. That's when the scraping starts again. This time it's louder, right under our feet. Something's testing the hull, running along the keel like it's mapping us out. Marcus is at the radio trying to raise anyone, but all he gets is that same low static that sounds almost like breathing. Sarah suddenly points off the starboard side. There. Another shape. This one's closer, maybe 20 feet away, and it's not diving. It's just floating there, watching. The size of a small bus. We can't make out details, but we can feel it looking at us. The air gets colder. I'm not exaggerating. You can see your breath now. The boat lurches again, harder this time. Dishes crash down in the cabin. Sarah loses her balance, and I barely catch her. When I look back up, there are 3 of them. 3 glowing shapes moving in perfect sync around the boat, keeping exact distance like they're coordinating. Marcus is losing it. This isn't right. This isn't any animal we know. They're too smart. They're studying us. The engine dies, just stops, like someone pulled the plug. The instruments go dark. Even our phones, which had full battery an hour ago, are dead. The only light left is that sick green glow coming from below, and it's getting brighter. Sarah starts crying quietly. I don't want to die out here. Not like this. I'm trying to think of anything we can do when the boat suddenly drops. Like the water disappeared underneath us for a second. We all hit the deck hard. When I get up, the railing is bent inward on the port side, like something massive grabbed it. That's when we hear the sound. Not scraping this time. A low, resonant tone that vibrates through the entire hull. It feels like it's inside our bones. Marcus drops to his knees with his hands over his ears. The green light is directly underneath us now. Whatever it is, it's coming up, I grab Sarah and we stumble toward the life raft. Marcus isn't moving. He's just staring into the water with this empty look, like he's already gone. The tone gets louder, deeper, until the boat's fiberglass is actually flexing with it. We never got the raft launched. The last thing I remember is the hull cracking open like an eggshell, and that green light flooding everything. Then water, colder than anything, has a right to be. Sarah's hand slipped from mine in the dark. They found the boat 3 days later, floating upright, completely empty. No damage, no bodies. All our gear still neatly stowed like we just stepped away for a minute. The only strange thing was the life raft, still tied down, but the straps had been cut from the inside. The Coast Guard called it an accident. Hypothermia, panic, people falling overboard. But the guy who towed the boat back told me something different when no one else was around. He said when they hauled it out of the water, the entire underside was covered in marks. Perfect circles, hundreds of them, like enormous suction cups. And right in the middle of the keel, there was something that looked like it had been burned into the fiberglass. 3 symbols arranged in a triangle. Nobody's been able to identify what they mean, but fishermen out of Newport won't sail over that spot anymore. They say on calm nights, you can still see a green glow down deep if you know where to look. I keep thinking about that sound, the way it got inside us. Sometimes at night, I wake up and I swear I can still feel it in my chest, calling. And every time I stand near the ocean now, I get this feeling. Like something big is just beneath the surface, waiting, not hunting. Waiting, like it already chose its next boat.